It's great when you're happy with your standing stone. This is Avebury, which is a village surrounded by a stone circle. So the village is inside the stone circle, and this stone circle is rapidly gaining status as an alternative to Stonehenge. In fact, it's bigger than Stonehenge, it's older than Stonehenge, and it's more stony than Stonehenge. It's been murder driving on the roads today. If you don't break the speed limit, people actually harass you. And yet, at the same time, you've got all these signs saying speed camera and electronic signs flashing saying slow down. So this stone was placed here before most of, perhaps almost all of recorded history. You know, this was placed here before Moses spoke to the burning bush. And must have took a lot of, well, I would think a lot of petrol. Just overheard a conversation about crop circles. They were saying that an aircraft flew over, I think this morning, a field, and a crop circle had appeared in half an hour. Well, probably less than that, but the plane had flown back over after half an hour. I'm picking up fag ends and smoking them. This is crop circle country. Besides being stone circle country, this is where the majority of crop circles in the world appear, the county of Wiltshire. This is the Red Lion pub, and it's haunted. Sana, before you came to England, did you believe in ghosts?
No.
Do you believe in ghosts now?
No.
So, what happened to you?
I don't know. I haven't analyzed yet what is happening here.
Do you think it's your mind?
Hmm?
Do you think it's your mind?
I don't know what is it. I have to think more what I've experienced, and then I can decide. Do I have to believe, or do I know?
No, because what's happened to you actually is quite minor. It's not really that you've experienced much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's no surprise that it hasn't changed your mind. People that have their minds changed, usually, not always, but usually, if they're skeptical and they have their minds changed, they experience something quite definite, like seeing a ghost.
Yeah, if I would see something, I think I wouldn't need.
I've always wanted to come here, Blacklands camping site. Here's our humble abode. So where we are now is near Avebury, because we figured that, well, I figured that Avebury is a better site to visit than Stonehenge if you actually want to touch the stones. And well, it's just, I think it's more significant in some ways than Stonehenge anyway. And I've got the book to prove it. Okay? But in all honesty, it was a bit like standing in a field with sheep poo and old stones covered in lichen. I couldn't really get anything more than that from it. And I suppose, in a way, when I read a book like this, which is able to find so many amazing facts about these sites, I find the author is as amazing as the site, because, you know, they're able to identify all these things and are really interested in it. Evidence of fine craftsmanship 5,000 years ago. Where have I heard the term 5,000 years? Coming to Stonehenge and seeing the stones just as track 7 of Radiohead's Hail to the Thief album was playing. What is that track? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We Suck Young Blood. Was quite an emotional experience. I used to live near here. I lived just 6 miles away in the Upper Woodford, but we never visited it. You don't visit places that you live near, do you? It's kind of well, it's a well-known fact, and of course we drove past it and it looked very disappointing, but I don't know why. I think it was the Radiohead song, but when I saw those stones I felt very emotional. I was actually almost crying. I think it's all when you come up over the hill you see all the coaches and all the cars, and you see what a tremendous drawing power it has. Of course, it's the same with Piccadilly Circus, which is, I don't recommend you visit particularly. It's people just mill around stuff that everyone else is milling around, like Daryantar, which again is not a place that's worth visiting, as far as I'm concerned, unless you like milling around with other people that are milling around. And I think that I think for most people that's what it is. It's like, oh, what's that bird that they're looking at? What's that car crash? What's that thing that everyone's staring at? And people just are creatures of habit and want to get in on the act. But I suppose where would I be in the spectrum of Stonehenge visitors? I would be probably one of those. I mean, I'd be very intrigued to go back in time and see what it's all about, but who knows, perhaps it was human sacrifice, and perhaps these people were stark raving mad. However, books like this, I didn't buy the one on Stonehenge because I think that would be somewhat expensive, but books like this study the significance of these places in depth, and they find all kinds of interesting parallels with the Egyptian pyramids, and they find all kinds of sacred geometry and all sorts of interesting stuff that shows you that it is more than a bunch of stones that some people plonked in a circle. Possibly extremely sophisticated. I mean, after all, if these people were living in simple times, what else did they, what else could they do but do maths? Wasn't much else to do but become very good mathematicians. The other thing, of course, is this idea that it's all connected to some ancient civilization or to UFOs and so on. Because there seem to be sites across the world. I don't know all of them, but Easter Island, the Great Pyramid, all kinds of sites which are actually geometrically linked. They're not just in random places, and that's very interesting, I think. So it's not just a case of shut up. 很多中国人在这里，我感觉这是地方中国人感觉他们应该看。So we're outside the perimeter here because they've paid £7.50, and if we don't pay £7.50, we just have to stand stand on this side of the fence. And actually we can even go and stand in that field.